Episode 7. Yeah, so in this episode, I guess I wanted to talk about workflow and just being in that race of goals and tasks, and really being in that world of just constantly completing things and then on to the next step. Sometimes it seems like it never ends, and I guess in ways you're always progressing, but there is definitely sprints of it, and they're a lot more intense than others. At the moment, I'm so busy, it's crazy. And I'm loving it, but even yesterday, I had one of the most busy days ever. It was literally all day, I was flat out, I didn't get a second, just to reflect really. It was just all goal after goal, task, onto the next thing. And it was intense. It was an intense day, and I got loads done, and it was worth it. But it's a thing to be aware of. I could imagine there was something I always thought was really funny, and it was an episode of Friends when Phoebe, normally she's real laid back and chill and all that kind of stuff. But there's an episode then when all their personalities are different, and in this episode, she's real goal orientated, or even just very businessy. That's a better way to put it. Very businessy, and just snap, 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 snap. And she just ends up getting a heart attack, which is just I could see how that could happen. You see, when you get so caught up with doing loads of things, and I just thought it was interesting to talk about that in this episode. Yesterday, I was literally I don't even drink coffee or any of that stuff, because I have loads of energy anyway. But I was flying it all day, and it was getting to the stage. I remember one stage, it's oh god, I want to lie down, but I have so much to do. I want to keep going with this, and it's addictive. It's a rush, it's definitely a rush, and it's just funny. It's just funny, and it's something to be aware of, because sometimes I find when I'm racing through things, or I'm going from different thing to different thing, it's you're completing it, and you could be really in the moment doing that certain thing, but at the same time your mind could be really thinking about what you're doing next, and there's all these thought processes happening while you're flying through each task, and it's intense, it's crazy. But one stage yesterday, I forget what I did, but I basically I stopped in the middle of it all, and I just kind of, for 2 minutes or something like that, I just kind of went out to the garden or something like that, and just kind of took a few breaths, and just tuned back to being in the moment, listening to the sound around me, and just really focusing on all the sounds around me, rather than these intense kind of goal sets and tasks that were being figured out in my brain, I guess. And it's something to be aware of, like to just tune back into the moment. It's literally like everything is up in your head like this, and there's thoughts coming in, and then like if you stop and stay still, it just goes zoom, and then you're back still again, like. And it's a fine tune thing. It's awareness thing as well. Awareness of your thoughts and your mind. Like I can get my mind to be very still when I want it to be, but sometimes I love like the whole rush of like all these bouncing ideas in my mind and these potential opportunities and ideas that are coming along, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm thinking about that now, I'm thinking about that now, and I feel like I'm learning, you know. Whereas sometimes, like, if I'm really still, I feel like I'm not doing anything at all. And it's a funny thing, because the more still you are, at times, you do get a lot done. And it's just not as intense, I guess, you know, as, okay, idea there, and it's very kind of, I don't want to say mathematical, but like it's very tasky, and it's very, you're just going and going and going. Whereas if you stop, stay still, and then you just start doing this thing, and you're just focusing on that one thing, you know. It's funny, like it's you do get it's a different energy completely. It's a different way of thinking about completing tasks and doing certain things. By the way, this is I'm going to show you this. I painted this just before the recording session of Prim and Primal. So it looks just awesome. Like, you know, there's not much logic to it, I guess. It's just, it looks like a map, I guess, but I love the colours of it. I think it's very cool. You know, so yeah. This is the first time I'm showing it online. So maybe I might use it as the back cover of the album, maybe not. Maybe I'll just get some prints of it done and then use it as merchandise. Who knows? But yeah. So yeah, like all my podcasts, I am talking about my music as well. It'll be out the 23rd of this month, Prim and Primal, Adam Nolan trio, or 23rd of July. Yeah, so it feels like it's this month. I'm racing so much. Yeah. So definitely check it out. Dominic Mullan on drums, Derek Whyte on double bass. I'm back on the alto saxophone. It's absolutely sick. And pre-ordering, like I said, is available. So when you pre-order, you will get track number 4, which is Ancient Mayan Jungle. So as you can see in the cover photo, that's been released. It's very jungle vibes, you know, and yeah, like some people have described it as Jurassic. So yeah, I'm digging it. It's awesome. But like I said, like I've been just so busy. I haven't even got much time to really just chill back and listen to the album a lot. You know, a lot of my other albums, I listen quite a bit and I really get to reflect. But at the moment, like I have listened to it and I love it, but I'd love to just immerse myself in that world a bit more. But at the moment, I just don't have time for that, because I'm just running around doing different things, email after email, organising loads of different information that I have to set up. It just goes on, and it's never ending, and it's awesome. But I guess it has inspired me to create this podcast today. So yeah, it's something to keep in mind. Take your breaks, you know, even if it's a 2-minute break, it will make a massive difference to your overall workflow. I once stage yesterday, I was getting so stressed out. I was like, oh, like I wasn't going to like give up or anything like that. I wasn't going to go like, oh, fuck this shit. Like I was more kind of like, God, like this is just intense. It's kind of doing me head in. So yeah, because I've done like periods of like just, you know, being really reflective and just being in a meditative world. And now I'm in this period where I'm actually not meditating at all. I'm just more in this real work ethic kind of career driven state. And yeah, I'm loving it as well, but it's just interesting to see those two sides of life, like, because they're completely contrasting. Like before, I was very much reflecting, and I would be meditating maybe 3 times a day, and just really in that land. And it's somewhere else. Like I've always described to people, like it's just amazing to be in that state of mind. But at the moment, I just really want to get loads of work done and keep creating and really pushing my career and stuff like that. I'm just enjoying it. It's good buzz, it's good vibes, and I love the thrill. I must be, like, if I'm an addict for anything these days, it's definitely for the thrill of just releasing new albums, new projects. I really get a drive from it, a lift from it. It's just awesome. There's a cool quote from Muhammad Ali. It kind of stuck with me. It was like, goals keep me going. It's something like that. Don't quote me on his quote, but it's something like that. Something along creating goals keeps me moving, or something like that, So I'm definitely like that in ways. I find like it's like I'm constantly thinking about the next step, and yeah, because I love it. But yeah, it's good to just like chill back and reflect now and again. I'm looking forward to, like, after this next recording session, which is Urban World, which will be recorded on 4th of June. It'll be recorded on the 4th of June. Oh yeah, like I said, like Prim and Primal is recorded. Sorry, Prim and Primal will be released on the 23rd of July. I forgot what month we are. That's how busy I've been. Okay, so the 23rd of July is Prim and Primal release, and I'm recording Urban World on the 4th of June. So like 2 weeks time or something like that. So yeah, good stuff. And yeah, I'm looking forward to just being done when that recording session's over. It's going to be a lot more like laid back than my other albums. Urban World, it's definitely like it's way more melodic than all my other stuff. A lot of my other material is very energetic, very scalic, very patternistic, shapes, colors, images, very scenic. But this is, I guess this will be quite scenic, but it'll be a lot more melodic and lyrical, I guess, than my more driven free jazz kind of side. So definitely tune into that when it comes out as well. I've loads to come. I swear to God, I have so much to come, and I'm so excited. It just goes on, man. And I love it. I do. So for anyone that is like flat out all the time and has really busy lifestyles and like is constantly on the computer as well, like that's what I find about being on the screen quite a bit as well. You really are over like long times, long periods of it. Like I hear about these people getting these blue light glasses, these blue light glasses or whatever they're called now, and they protect you from waves or something like that. I haven't really gone into detail about studying it or anything, but I've just heard about these things. And like I do find after a good period of time, like if I'm on a computer, like my whole like area there, like my upper chakras, if you want to call it that, are very like sometimes I find myself quite ungrounded after spending a long time on the computer, and that isn't healthy, that isn't right to be ungrounded, so I find like even just going out to the garden, you could go out to your garden barefoot if you want to go full hippie. It does help, like, and brings you back to the moment and just feeling the planet, feeling the wind around you, feeling your body again, and really connecting back to your physical is a great way of just like getting you out of that really heady, creative, maybe overstimulated kind of world that a lot of people are in these days. It's a thing that's hard to avoid really, but it's something that we can learn to balance and maintain. And I definitely think that's just comes to taking your breaks and being very mindful as well. be mindful of your thoughts and be mindful of each task you're doing. Are you actually doing that task 100% in the moment? Or are you doing that task while having all these other thought processes about what you're going to be doing next? And like, should you not do that, or should you? It depends. It depends how busy you are or not, how much you have to get done, what's your deadlines, etc. So it's just something to think about. And it's best to kind of surf the waves of life rather than like, drowned in them or whatever. So yeah, it's funny. I'm always learning, and I love the different tests of energy that come around. Like some days are like they just change, and some days are really intense, like, and it's just that's why I don't, like I said, I don't need coffee or any of that kind of stuff now. Like for me, like it's too much. I don't need it. I have plenty of energy. Good food, and at the moment I'm eating a bit of everything, to be honest. I had some chocolate cake the other day, and it was absolutely delicious. Yeah, chocolate's one of my hard things to give up. Like, I love hot chocolate. I love chocolate. It's a hard thing to give up, so maybe in time, but I don't think so. Balance of everything. And but I found, like, after eating that chocolate cake yesterday, like, that didn't really help my energy at all. Like, when I was like really getting stuff done, and I was getting heartburn and everything, and I was like, oh, this is completely hindering this process. And I was like, oh. So, like, I guess clean, healthy greens and veg and all that kind of stuff is probably one of the best ways to go. But at the moment I'm eating meat as well, so I'm not too strict. I'm really just trying out bits and bobs of everything. It's just the way I am at the moment. I like exploring different states of mind. At one stage I was completely vegan, and I was loving it. It was probably the most healthy I ever was. My skin was completely healthy. It's pretty clean now and healthy at the moment, so because I exercise a good bit daily. But I was like, that was probably the healthiest I ever was, when I was just fully eating, like, just more or less vegan or vegetarian, So I don't know, like, if I was doing it all the time, I get fed up with it. That's the way I work, you see. Like, I like doing periods of things. Like, I like doing it for 3 months, let's say, or something like that, and then I move on, or I go back to normality for a little bit, and they're all just little experiences. So I don't know what the point of what I'm saying is, but at least we have all these different roads that we can take, these little adventures, and it is a great thing about life. We have all these options, and these, we are free to live any kind of way we want, and have any kind of different lifestyle we want, So I don't know what the point is. It's just something I'm thinking about. So yeah, good stuff to come. And like, I was writing so much, I swear to God. I was on the laptop, and I was doing like 20 different things. I was like uploading videos, I was creating other videos, I was I was figuring out the best kind of emails to write, wording things constantly, then replying to people about things, organizing other meetings about things. It just went on and on and on, and it was great, like I said. But, like, I'm glad it's over now. But it's just maintenance of your mind, maintenance of your attention to each task at hand, and just being aware of it all, because I guess if I wasn't aware, I would have like had a panic attack, or I would have been, or not even a panic attack, but I would have been like just too stressed and wound, And these days I know how to just chill back when I can, but it's just something to know that it can be addictive, that pursuit of goals and all that kind of stuff. Anything can be addictive, and when you're in that race, it's like it's an adrenaline rush, and it goes on, and it's just being aware of that. It's this constant level of sprinting, but for your mind. Type it like this. And like I said, just the point is, be aware of it, and You know, it's okay to just chill back, and there is enough hours in the day. I guess it's just being aware of how many of those hours like do you devote to like intense sprinting, or can you like just step back for like 10 minutes every 3 hours or whatever, or longer if you have to, like, and just literally come back to being in the moment. You know, sometimes you can go for a walk to kind of clear your head, and you know, that helps definitely, like, but sometimes you don't have to do that either. That's the thing. Most of it's all in your head. It's all your thoughts just running around. So if you just learn to still your mind, which is basically the goal of meditation, if you learn to just still your mind, so all these thoughts, this is the way it looks like to me, like all these thoughts that are coming in, and it's just like boom, boom, and then you learn to still your mind over time with practice, and it's just boom. And that's the way it actually feels. It's like you tune back, you fine tune back to in the moment, and you just listen to everything around you, and you're completely at one with the moment, and you're moving in the moment instead of like reacting to every thought in your mind or thinking about every thought that's coming into your mind. It's an interesting thing, and it's a great skill to have. So I recommend anyone, you know, that has a stressful life, just learn to still the mind. It's a powerful thing, and you'll learn a lot about your thoughts. So yeah, I don't know if I have anything else to say. This has been rushed, because it's been a rushy week. But you know, I just wanted to keep the workflow going. So that's why I decided to do this. So yeah, thank you for tuning in again. And yeah, check out all my albums. Like I said as before, like, check out all my music. Most of my music is up on all platforms now, so do check them out. There's links in my description here. So and also follow my Instagram at The Sound Around Us. So stay tuned, and thank you. Have a good weekend. Peace.